It's okay. I must thank you that the four of you are willing to be here. Actually, this book is 39 pages. This book is 60 pages. This book is full English with pronunciation and everything, but we cannot do in 4 hours. This one is supposed to be 3 months. We will teach you pronunciation, everything, how to speak in English fluently. So I will only be speaking English. I will not explain in Mandarin because in actual fact, what I have seen and observed, a lot of Chinese, when you speak in English, you speak Chinese and translate into English, and that is a big problem. Someone challenged me when Bahasa Malaysia is incorrect. Then I say Bahasa Malaysia, Bahasa Kebangsaan is correct. But she asked me, what about how you are going to translate your father's head? So she was trying to test me. So I asked her, which one do you want to emphasize? You want to emphasize your father's head, or your head, or things like that. So here, basically, I've sent you the information. I also sent to the government because I have been a trainer since 2012. But when I trained for 30 years, I trained medical doctors. And medical procedures. So my level was very high. So because of my accident, I lost almost 9 years. I'm out of contact, and I had to save my life. So then I found out that this Human Resources Development Fund certificate that I have is an exemption. I also received a certificate as a grade college consultant as a certified assessor. So in that, what I have done is that it gives me an opportunity to go on to do what I wish to do, because I need to train, but I can't train medical people because I'm not in the medical industry. So I decided to train English because when I listen to Chinese when they speak, a lot of them have problems and challenges in their grammars, in their vocabulary, and their tenses. These three items will help you to be able to learn to even speak profound. Pronunciation is another section. So there are a lot of things to learn, but then this is a skill. So that's why here I'm written here. The first area which I would like to do right now is 105. Perhaps you can introduce yourself from left here. Yourself, what do you do? all in English. I must apologize. I will not be able to translate in Mandarin because if I translate in Mandarin, it defeats the purpose of training how to develop your skill. When you learn Mandarin, it's also a skill. Everything is a skill. And it's this skill that you have. Nobody can take from you, but you can do it very well and you can influence and your business can improve. Don't worry. I cannot pronounce certain words well because I have a dentist. TikTok cut me off when I speak English. But when I speak Mandarin, they are okay. Because when I say health, they heard as hell. It was picked up as hell. So they cut me off. You see, I lost my front when I took a piece of chicken, meat only, no to broke into two pieces. So end up having dentures. So because our mouth, we have a tongue to roll and to flip, to flatter, then be able to help us to speak. Just like when you speak Mandarin, you also use your tongue. If you are Indian, you speak even much more rolling tongue. Right? If you speak other languages, they all the same. So in English, the only language in the world, like what Jackie Chan and those actors says, why is it so difficult that you must have tenses, simple tense, past tense, continuous tense, and things like that. So like that, without further ado, you can introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Tiffany Chan from Guangzhou. My occupation is a sales executive. Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Apple. So I'm from Klang.
When you speak, you press.
Oh, yes. Okay, my name is Apple. I'm from Klang. My occupation is sales marketing. That's all.
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Shirley. I am from Klang. So my occupation is admin.
And my name
is Christy.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Christine. I'm from the class. My occupation is a supervisor.
Okay, we have introduced ourselves, and as far as English is concerned, when you see a book, in every circumstances, when you see a book, you want to know what is actually written. So, for you to think through the entire, you'll be learning Thai language. So, I have written here, the first page here, the reason of an abstract. abstract actually gives you a summary of what you are going to read. Alright? So, if you were to look at that, say for example, I read the first line. This is a real life design tuition literary requiring of limitless proficiency level in the English language. It's a skill. So it is actually very important for us to learn everything as a skill. Because once you learn it as a skill, nobody can take it from you. And you can improve your skill. That is one thing very, very important. Once you have it as a skill, it goes into your habit. Do you know what habit is? Habit. H-A-B-I-T.
Habit.
It is something that you're going to do almost every day that becomes yourself. Do you understand? Say, for example, if you were to walk slowly like that, you'll be always walking slowly like that.
Yeah.
And there are certain people who walk. They walk when their shoes. That is also a habit. But when you walk one step at a time, actually that shows your character. And that gives you your habit. You see, when you walk one step at a time, your shoes sole will wear off slowly. But when you wear your shoes and you walk, the soles wear off very fast, right? So that depends on whether you are a person who is careful or sluggish. Sluggish means it doesn't matter. You don't take things seriously. So these are the things whereby habit becomes a habit. Just like smoking cigarette. When you start to smoke cigarette, you want to stop. You can't stop. It becomes a habit. So that is one thing not smoke. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Habit. Drinking. So language of any kind, orally or written, from each country is the root of communication and conversation with each other. What is communication? Communication is when you talk to each other, a source of information. Say now, for example, Apple. If I converse with you, that means I ask you a question, I say something, and you reply to me, that is a conversation. But when I speak, all of you just listen. That is speaking. Conversation. That is not a conversation. Conversation, there is a two-way. Speaking is a person just speak only. One way. But when we all of us start to talk to each other, you talk, she talk, he talks, I talk, that is all talking. So there are three differences in terms of meaning. I believe in Mandarin. Can you think of that? Can you think of, say for example, I want to talk to you. If you think in Mandarin, I want to talk to you, that means you are going to talk and he is going to listen. But when you want him to speak to you, that means you discuss. there is a different word for it. And then when you want to share, that's another word for it. I'm sure in your mind you know that word. I'm sure you know that word. Because I learned Mandarin in 5 months. And within that 5 months, I identify certain words. Mandarin and English are almost the same. Almost the same. But the action is different. Meaning is the same. Action is different. Just like I say, when I speak to you, all of you are listening. When I converse with you, that is, I converse, you reply, I converse, you reply. That is a conversation. And when we start to talk together, then it's different again. So you talk your stories, you talk the story, and I start to talk. So we are all talking. So it's just like the fish market, everybody start to talk. So it will be very noisy. So those are the things which we have to understand. Then you find that while a dialect is another form of peculiar language for a specific region and a social group. Now, a dialect and a language are two different things. Do you know how China unite each other? China comprises of many countries. Han Dynasty, Tang Dynasty, Qing Dynasty, but they unite in one language, Mandarin. That is the unity of China. But in America, because they are already speaking in English, there is no unity. In America, there is 51 countries. There is no unity. In Malaysia, we have 3 races. We too don't have unity. Because some of us speak Malay, some of us speak English, some of us speak Mandarin. We don't care whether the person understands or not. Right now. That's number 1. Number 2, say for example, beside me as an Indian, this one is a Malay, I am a Chinese, and the 4 of you here are Chinese. And if I were to speak Chinese, these 2 are left out. How then would they understand? So they would never be able to understand. So that's why China is the only country in the world that unite all the dynasty into one language. And I'm going to say that. Now, I'm not Chinese educated, but I read in terms of the Chinese literature. Much more now, I'm writing a book. I went into way back 3,000 to 4,000 years ago, even before Jesus Christ was born. And that is very important. That shows Chinese medicine was far earlier than English medicine. Am I right to say that? Yes. The herbs were the first medicinal plants that was used to cure people. The Han Dynasty, the Chao Dynasty, identify to separate it out. But the Europeans are smarter. They are much later. And what they did was, they identify apparatus to identify, to extract out and to make medicine and stamp it as today's doctors giving you all sorts of Panadol, all sorts of medicine, and you can claim when you are sick, you are having headache, you can claim. TCM, you cannot claim because the Westerners are smart. The Chinese did not think of this. The Chinese were only looking at unity because communism was the biggest issue. Shi Huangdi built the longest Great Wall of China, where it prevents the Manchurian. Now I bring you all these things so you can understand why is it so important that we must have English. English today is the global market language. But do you know that the number of Chinese in the world is almost two-thirds? You go every part of the world, you find Chinese everywhere. Chinatown here, Chinatown there. Am I right to say that? And a lot of foreigners like to enjoy the Chinese cuisine because we are very good in cooking. And say, for example, the fish called named tilapia. The Chinese put it as dragon phoenix fish. In Cantonese, lu fu right? You see, if I were to explain tilapia, there's a red one, there's a black one. Alright? That is tilapia. Alright? It was given the name tilapia. But the Chinese make it so nicely so that you find it so pleasant in your ears, and then you order and you pay. Business. So that is very important. Let me test this one, see whether it works or not first.